Hi, boys and girls. It's story time. It's me, Nikeo.
I am Muse.
Hey, Muse. So, it's time for another exciting story today. Let's see what we'll read. Today's book is from the Mary's Muse collection, and it's called Patience Springs Up. Look at that, Muse. Wow, I see a little boy, and he's on a camel. They're in the desert. Muse, there you are. I can't wait to see what happens inside of this story. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's read and find out. Wow, Muse, there you are by the American flag. And here's this little boy. He's in the United Arab Emirates. I wonder where today's story will take place. Mary's Muse, Patience Springs Up by Coble. That's me. Muse, you better keep up. I need to get to the swing before anyone else. Mary was shouting at the bright blue bird that flew behind her. Mary woke up early that day and packed her bag with her usual seeds, journal, and tambourine. She had just one mission: get the swing before anyone else. Mary rode her scooter as fast as she could. She had long left Muse behind. Were you flying slow, Muse?
Maybe a little.
When she finally reached the park, she threw her bag under a nearby tree and jutted for the swing. When she reached her destination, her heart sunk and she let out a piercing scream. Ah! Mission failed. Someone else was on the swing. Muse, having finally caught up with the distressed child, landed on a nearby shrub and comforted the little girl. There, Mary. You don't seem your usual self today. Let's go sit down and talk about what's going on. Mary joined Muse on a nearby park bench. It's not fair, Muse. Whenever I think it's my time for something good to happen to me, it happens for someone else. There's only one child ahead of you. I'm sure you'll get to ride on the swing today, said Muse. It's not just the swing, it's everything. At home, I wanted to ride in the front seat. My mom said I'm not big enough and I have to wait. At school, I wanted to be the line leader. And my teacher said it's not my turn. I must wait. I always have to wait. When will it be my turn? I see it sounds like you could use a lesson about patience, replied Muse. Patience? What's that? Asked Mary. Patience is when you learn how to wait with a good attitude. It reminds me of a young boy from the United Arab Emirates who had a lot of patience, said Muse. Really? Can you tell me more about him? Asked Mary. Sure, responded Muse, and began to tell the tale. I can't wait to hear the tale.
Me too.
Jacob loved camels. He daydreamed, watched camel races, and had pictures of them all over his room. One day, he said to his father, "Baba, can I please get a camel? I promise I'll take good care of it." His father agreed. He was so happy, he made up a tune as he rode to a camel farm in his dune buggy. Wow, look at the dune buggy. My whole life I've waited for you. With each passing day, the longing grew. Now is the time we finally meet. Never had a moment this sweet. He found a young, beautiful, golden camel relaxing in a pen. It had bright eyes, strong legs, and a long tail. He knew it was the one and said, "I will call you Cammy." Jacob fed Cammy sweet honey, dates, and milk. They played games together in the cool of the evening. And he refreshed her with the water hose during the heat of the day. One morning, Jacob took his camel to look for shrubs. Just before the camel could nibble the leaves, Jacob noticed a bright blue bird sleeping in the thicket. Muse, you were sleeping. The camel, seemingly understanding, licked Jacob's face. He petted her gently, and shortly thereafter, the bird woke up and greeted them. "Hello, my name is Muse," said the bird. The boy and the camel were astonished by the talking bird. They listened to story after story of the bird's many adventures until they were tired. Muse, you sure do talk a lot, yeah?
Yes!
Finally, Jacob said, "We should all rest now. If you want to learn something new and experience another adventure, then come see me tomorrow. I'll teach you how I use my robot jockey to race my camel." Muse could never say no to learning new things. The next day, Muse watched the boy tinker with the springs in his robot and listened with amazement about the history of the camels in the country. Jacob even invited Muse to watch a camel race later that afternoon. How exciting, Muse! You're going to a camel race? On the way to the racetrack, Jacob stumbled in the dunes and fell on top of the tiny robot jockey, breaking it. "Oh no!" cried Jacob. "There's not enough time for me to fix this before the next race. How can we participate now?" Muse said, "I have an idea. You did something for me yesterday. Now today, I'll get to do something for you." Muse quickly perched on the camel's back and called commands. It was a ride like no other. Muse came in last place that day. Disappointed, on the walk back home, Muse said, "I'm sorry I could not win the race for you." Jacob replied, "It's okay. Someone else enjoyed the blessing of winning today. That doesn't mean we cannot win another day. There will be many other races. We just have to wait. Besides, today I won something much better." "What's that?" asked the bird. "A new friend," he replied. Mary reflected on Muse's story and imagined the golden desert dunes and people riding on camels. It sounded like a page out of a fairy tale. It brought a giant smile to her face, and she said, "Wow, what an amazing story. I learned so much about patience. I'm going to write all about it in my journal of life lessons." "What a great idea, Mary. How about..." Before Muse could finish the sentence, Mary sprung up and started running. "Mary, where are you going? I thought you were writing in your journal." "Not now, Muse. That swing might be available. I need to go check." Muse sighed as the anxious girl ran towards the swing. Muse flew back behind her, mumbling, "So much for learning about patience." Mary reached the swing, and it turned out the same girl was there. Although disappointed, things weren't turning the way she planned. She gave Muse a small smile and said, "It's okay. I can be patient. Someone else's blessing now doesn't mean I won't have one later. I just have to wait." Muse smiled and said, "That's my Mary." Mary finally wrote about what she learned when she reached home. Lesson 2. Someone else's blessing now does not mean that I won't have one later. I just have to wait. That was a really nice story about patience, Muse. Wouldn't you agree?
It was a good lesson.
Yeah, I thought so too. Muse, are you reading the book on your iPad? That's really cool. Whether you just want to hear us listen to the story together, get your own copy of the book, or download it on your iPad, you can. Be sure to check us out on Amazon.com. We'll see you next time.